Welcome to My Matter Studio. I'm Susan Buchser-Lochocki, running for President of the United States with the Green Party. And this is Talk Tuesday. I am going to try to grapple with all the questions about the Green Party Georgia's decision to adopt the UN's Declaration on Women's Sex-Based Rights into their documents. And it seems to be a difficult point for a lot of people. But I'm going to try to address my views on it so that everybody is somewhat clear. First, I want to go into a little bit of my own history with the lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, intersex, and asexual world. I went to art school in New York City, Parsons School of Design, and straight people were probably the minority there. And I am a straight person. So, I spent 4 years getting very acquainted with the whole lifestyle and, different ways of living. But also, it wasn't really new for me either because, I went to ballet school as a child, and my sister studied to be a ballet dancer. And so I have always been exposed to the gay and lesbian community and all sorts. And, New York City is a city that's very diverse. And so my experience has been always diverse in this area. I've always had many people of different sexual orientation as friends throughout my life. Even today, I have a few. So, and one of my best friends is a lesbian, and I've known her for 30 years. So, I stand with your community. And from here, since, all these letters together, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it because I have dyslexia and I can't figure out how to pronounce it. So I'm going to call you the Lavender Greens now for the easiest way to talk about this. I was in discussion, I think a week ago. I can't find the discussion anymore online, so I don't know where it happened. With, I think, a Delilah and a Marilyn, I believe. And we went back and forth about the issue and things of that nature. And at the end, I think it was Marilyn who offered me the paperwork to fill out for an endorsement from the Lavender Greens community. And I am planning on filling that out, but next week. This week I have a few other things that I have to do first, and then I will take care of that. So the other thing that I want to say is going to art school. You have to do live drawing. And we had models of all different sorts come in and model for us. And in fact, we had somebody who was, I think it's called intersex, or an androgynous person, somebody with both sexual organs. So they were really a mixture of male and female complete. And I had described in wherever our discussion had been, and but anyway, so my experience was whenever this model would come in to model for us, it was really quite interesting because in one drawing pose where I would be sitting or moved to sit, the person looked more male. And then in another pose, the person looked more female. So, I understand the uniqueness of the situation where you don't quite belong in one group and you don't quite belong in another group. And so where do you belong? Well, first off, you should know you do belong. And a lot of cultures have a place for you. Perhaps we need to think about adding another space or different terminology for the different variations out there. But there's a whole spectrum, a whole rainbow of different sexual orientation, both physically and mentally out there. So there's a place for everybody. And I just now want to share this with you. This is something I pulled off Wikipedia, and it shows 7 different variations from male to female of children at birth and how they describe them. So I think it's clear there are more genders than just male and female. So how do we be inclusive? That I'm not sure of. But let me state here just simply from the Dine Native Americans of the Southwest U.S. acknowledge a spectrum of 4 genders. I thought it was 5, but it's 4. So there's the feminine woman and the masculine woman, and a feminine man and a masculine man. Other places, they just have male, female, and third gender. So this is something that different cultures throughout history have been grappling with. And there's a place for everybody, in my opinion. And we are here to learn that and to have acceptance and to move forward. And I think we're moving in the right direction. I guess that's pretty much covers it. But I will say, let me get back to the Green Party Georgia decision and the UN's declaration on women's sex-based rights. It's because women around the world are still being abused in many ways. And as far as the UN goes, when I read the document, for me it was more, they had over the years been mixing up the terms between biological women and gender identity women. And so they just wanted to make it clear that in this certain way, they're going to describe things biologically, and then in other ways, they're going to describe things gender identity. So that is what I understood in the document. It's for them. It's not something new. It was already in existence. It was just getting blurred a little. So I guess the GA Green Party, they want that also idea clear in their documents too, which is not a bad idea. So I know that the trans people are seeing part of the information, the argument in the declaration as far as children having a sex change operation. And I think for me, where I stand on that is it's a decision made between the child, the parents, the doctor, a counselor, and sometimes it has to be done before puberty, and sometimes it can be done later when they reach adulthood. But it's up to everybody involved to make that final decision. It's not up to us to make a declaration about it. So freedom is what I would like to offer. Thank you very much for listening. Part 2 is coming. Bye for now.